Hi, this is Peter the Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a reading for Cathryne, and I'm basing it on your star sign Libra. I'm going to concentrate on three main areas of your life. So I'm going to look at relationships, work and career, and family. And then if we get a chance, we'll have a look at a couple of different things, and we'll definitely finish off with an angel card reading. If I do draw to anything spiritual, I will bring that into the reading, and I don't just read the cards, I do pick up and feel things. So whatever I get, I will gladly kind of bring in for you. Okay, so let me concentrate on Cathryne now through star sign of Libra, what's going on with relationships. Okay, let's see what we get here. So I'm just going to pull 21 cards out. So just bear with me a second while I just pull these out. It takes just a little bit of time. Okay. Well, what's quite interesting is here now, it's almost like I feel so, as you're starting to move forward, you're becoming what I call a little bit more independent. And here you are, coming out quite grounded, quite level-headed, reasonably independent, but I feel so you're a very, very supportive person. You're always trying to do your bit and you do your best. And then I've got this man here you can see you're connecting with, and I just feel so he can start to get a little bit more ambitious with his life. So he's coming out, he's the King of Wands, driven and ambitious. But he's one of those sort of people where sometimes he will do things and he will make things happen, but sometimes he needs the push to do it. And that's absolutely fine. He's not lazy. It's just he needs to sort of have the focus on him. So they tend to be people who tend to be at the top of what they do and want to be, career-minded, a little bit ambitious, and possibly working for themselves. And I would just say with this person, he's probably better suited being more at the top of what he's doing. I'm not saying I can't say he can't work for himself, but I feel like sometimes he needs a push to make things happen. So I would say he's better suited working for somebody, but I'm certainly not saying he can't work for himself. Now, I feel like now as you start to move forward a little bit, you need to start focusing on really what you want now within relationships, because I get this feeling it's like 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're not. And I feel like sometimes partner can be a bit secretive. And when I say secretive, I don't mean mistrust or anything like that. I just feel so it's like sometimes he doesn't always show his thoughts and feelings very easily. He holds them back. It's like if he's got something to say, it's like he'll go round the roundabout 100 times before he actually probably says what he's got to say. But that's just him being him. So it's not negative. So don't take that in the wrong way. But I do get the feeling now you've got to start putting the past behind you and start focusing now on the future about what you're doing and where you're going. And then as you do that, you should start to feel a lot better about things. But I've also got you being very focused on family as you move forward. Like children for you and around you. And I feel so this is good for you to focus on that. But I also feel so he's got his own family issues as well. So sometimes you might feel like he's a bit pulled backwards and forwards between you and being respectful to his family unit. But I wouldn't sort of knock him for that, but I feel like sometimes that might wind you up a little bit because you want him to be focused here instead of focused there. But he is quite a loyal person. So the best way to look at it is this: well, no matter what happens with you or around you, it's like I feel so no matter where you're going, he will always have that loyalty towards you as well, no matter what he's doing. So it swings both ways. So that's the best way to look at that. But I definitely feel now it's time to make changes. And I feel so you've got to look at your life now as to say, right, I'm in the driving seat now. So what do I want? Where am I going? And I've got to start pushing things forward now. And I've got to start communicating my thoughts. And the more I communicate my thoughts, the better it will be for me. But I just feel so now is the time to start saying, what do I want? And you've got to start implementing it. And then sometimes for you to get from A to B to where you want to get, you've got to sort of push this man I keep being drawn to along with you a little bit. I also feel so with relationships as well, there could be a bit of a blast from the past with you as well. Somebody may want to reconnect with you. Now, I'm not certainly saying don't go back there, but I just feel so this person hasn't changed, hasn't grown, hasn't really matured. And I just feel so, do you really want to go back to that? I would leave it where it is. I feel so there was problems last time, there'll be problems again. And that's what you've got to be careful of. So I would stay focused on where you're at. Don't get me wrong, it's not showing me that you're going forward, but it's giving you a choice. and I just feel as though make the right decision. Okay. Now generally I feel that there's going to be a bit more travel around you. And travel isn't necessarily overseas now. It's like we're going different places, doing different things, making things happen, enjoying life a little bit. And I feel that that's good. And I feel that there's more travel sitting with him as well, with work and career. And that's going to be very prosperous as well. A bit tiring for him at times, but very prosperous. So he needs to get plenty rest around him now. And he needs to make sure he gets some good quality sleep. And sometimes I feel he likes to stay up and mess about a little bit. And I don't knock him for that, he works hard, he wants to play hard, that's fine. But he needs to make sure he's getting his sleep as well. So he's got to get that balance right in life. So easier said than done sometimes. But overall, I feel as though we're going in the right direction now. And I just feel as though you've just got to keep doing what you're doing now, not looking backwards so much, and just be kind of accepting of who the person you're connecting with is. Because I just feel as though he's never going to really change. He can sort of better himself, but he's got to better himself in the right way. Chooses the wrong path and it doesn't quite work for him. Choose the right path and it could be very successful. And sometimes success doesn't always come working for yourself. Sometimes it's just being happy with what you're doing, being settled, knowing you can do it and get on with it, and the money's coming in. And he's got the ability to make money even when he's working for someone. So I just feel as though he needs to do it in the right way. And once he's got that balance right, he'll be successful. And then I feel as though you'll be quite happy because he's providing and looking after things in that respect. So other than that, I just feel as though everything's great. But do start taking a leap of faith now with the thoughts and ideas that you've got for the future. And that's going to be very, very important. And I feel as though you have got your wishes and dreams now, but you've just got to be careful now of what wishes and dreams you want to fulfill. Because like I say, there's lots of choices, lots of options around you now, and you've just got to be very true now to what you're truly looking for. Okay. I don't know if you used to call somebody in spirit, and I feel so grandfather. I don't know whether you used to call him Gramps, but he's coming through as if to say, "Hi, I'm Gramps," and he just wants to be there, say hello, and he wants to wish you well. Right, let's have a look at work and career for you. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, with work and career with you, you've got to be careful a little bit because I've got you feeling a bit drained, a bit run down. It's almost like I feel like I'm getting tired. I've got no energy. So first thing is first, you need to focus on your diet now a little bit. And I'm not really talking about so much about dieting, but just eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, just building your strength up a little bit. Then as you do that, you will gain so much energy. And then I feel so then you'll have the energy then to get on with things that you need to be getting on with. And I feel like you need to start holding on to your money a little bit now, looking after what you've got and being wise with it. And then as you do that, that money will be there for you as you move forward in life. And I can see you starting to get a little bit more ambitious, wanting to do a bit more and achieve a bit more. And it's completely there for you. It's just waiting for you to put the energy into it. And then once you start, I get real success for you. And that really feels quite good and quite exciting to me. It's like I feel as though some interesting opportunities now can start presenting themselves. And I just feel as though it's really good. So this is you here getting a little bit more ambitious. And like I said, this is here you getting a bit drained, a bit tired. But it is upside down. So that means you're not completely run down at the moment, but you're getting there. So you need to focus on building your energy up. And then this is where I said you've got to start holding on to your money now, looking after what you've got and being wise with it. Also, I'm being drawn to suffering with a little bit of backache around you. Now, if you're not, then it's coming. But if you have got it, then you need to sort of be a bit respectful more to your body. Look after yourself a little bit. And don't do jobs that are going to antagonise your health a little bit. So you've got to be careful there. It's almost like I feel like now I'm sitting here and I'm getting bored. So here you are sitting here getting a bit bored, a bit fed up with things. But as you sit there and get bored and fed up, you should be getting your positive ideas coming to you. But then you've got to grab them and do something with them. But if you don't and you just keep sitting there and not acting upon those thoughts and ideas, then it's going to get a little bit depressive and we don't want that to be happening. So you've got to take some chances now. And I feel as you take these chances, I've got a lot more happiness and joy coming around you. It's almost like I'm lifting myself up and I'm feeling great and my money's gaining and I'm gaining emotionally and it's all good. So here's the happiness and joy card, and what do you feel when the sun comes out? You feel happy, don't you? So this is you. As you start to focus on these goals, you're there, you're making things happen, you're moving forward. But you have got a bit of resolving to do now and sorting out. But I feel as though bit by bit you'll get there. Now the only thing that you've got to be careful of now, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is happening, but it's coming in very, very strong around you, is you've just got to be careful you don't get caught out pregnant. Because I feel as if you do, it's going to put all these thoughts and ideas right back. In other words, you're going to be delayed. Not stopped, but delayed. So here, you're coming out here as the mother figure. But I'm also being drawn with this as well, as if to say, look, you've got to start nurturing your ideas. And the more passion and energy you put into it, the more you can feel emotionally uplifted. And here's your emotional card coming in. And this is sort of emotionally uplifted with what you're doing and enjoying, but also having a ripple effect right down to your relationships and lifting your energy up there. So it's like everything's coming good, but you've got to start worrying. I feel like sometimes you can be a bit of a worrier. But here's your worries and anxieties card. But what this is saying, look, your worries are real, but they're unfounded. So in other words, yes, the worries are there, but where there's a will, there's a way. Everything can be sorted out, everything can be dealt with. So you've just got to push your agenda forward now, start focusing on what you want. But the only trouble with you is sometimes you can be a bit of a deep thinker. So it's like you'll think before you do anything. And that's alright. I'm not going to really tell you to change, because it's part of who you are, part of your personality. But you need to less overthink now and take more of a leap of faith and say, what the hell, let's see where life takes me. And then bit by bit, you'll start to get where you need to be. So it feels like you've got all these skills around you, but they're untapped. It's like you're not tapping into it. You've got to start pushing yourself forward. You've got to start worrying about things. You've got to start holding on to your money so you can perhaps save a bit to invest in yourself. So it's all there. You're quite capable. You've just got to get on with it. And that's all it is. So basically, life's waiting for you, where sometimes it feels like you're waiting for life to make things happen. So you've just got to stay true to what you want now, where you're going. And then as you do that, this is where everything will start coming good. But it's all there for you. And to be honest, you're quite a wise woman, really. You're not daft, you're not stupid. You know what you're doing, where you're going. It's just sometimes you're stopping yourself. It's a bit of fear. And you've got to stop that now. You've got to find your confidence. You've got to start taking a leap of faith and saying, what the hell? In for a penny, out for a pound. Let's grab it, let's go for it. And then as you do that, things are going to start happening. Yeah, things will go wrong. Things always do go wrong. But at the end of the day, this is where you live and learn. Whatever goes wrong, you learn by it, you put it behind you, move on. Another door opens, another chapter. And this is what you've got to start focusing on. But I feel as though sometimes you live in the past too much. And I just feel as though don't. That is actually holding you back. It's delaying you. So life's there now for the taking. It's there for the making. It's there for the breaking. And you've just got to put it all behind you and say, that's it. It's gone. It's done with. And I'm going, yay, I can do it. I can make these things happen. So I'm not sort of sitting here like saying, look, you're going to become a brain surgeon. But I'm being quite grounded, where you can achieve so many things, but sometimes you're just not tapping into it. And I feel like you put little excuses in front of you that stop you doing it. And you've got to stop that now, because they are excuses. I'm not saying those excuses aren't real, but they are excuses. Yes, you've got your little things that are stopping you moving forward, but it's like, don't go straight through it, go around it, and then you'll get there. So it's all there. As I'm looking at this, I don't really see anything negative, but I feel like I've got a blank page. It's like opening up a book, and there's nothing in this book, so I won't give you the pen, and I want you to write in it. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go in your life? Where do you want to be at a certain age? Set those goals and start pushing them forward. And then by the time you come to the end of the book, you should be halfway through it, and you should have made some of those things happen. I'm not saying everything will come true, but a lot should. Because you're quite capable of doing it, you are. So it's about tapping into that fiery energy now and saying, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. But you've got to stop living in the past and stop putting yourself down, because that's where you're knocking everything down. You need to build everything up. So it's time to move forward. Time to start afresh. Time to bring new things in. And then that will create new beginnings. Right, let's have a look at family. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, you've got a lot of love to give to everybody, which is absolutely great. But I do feel like sometimes my energy is put down. It's like I keep giving and giving and giving, so it's tiring me out, draining me. And I feel like you feel naturally drained anyway. So it feels like you've got to start building your energy levels up, because again, this is where you're feeling drained again coming in. And it's time for change. It's time for new beginnings. So first things first, you've got to start focusing on your diet. Building your strength up, looking after yourself, eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, then you'll be a different woman. And then the next thing I want you to start doing is speaking your mind a little bit more. Saying exactly what you're thinking and feeling. Don't bottle it up. Let it all out. You don't tell them what you're thinking, they ain't going to know. You've got to start saying what you're feeling. And it doesn't really even matter if you upset people. It doesn't. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you bottle it all up, it's upsetting you. So you've got to let all that negative energy out. And this is the card that's just dropped off as I knocked it. This is you. You've got to start standing your ground. See the battle line draw? Here you are, standing your ground, fighting your corner. And with that, it doesn't matter what your friends say. It doesn't matter what your family says. It doesn't matter what your lover says. It doesn't even matter what I say. This is about you doing what you want to do. And standing your ground and going to do it. I keep banging the table because I'm trying to emphasize you've got to put the energy, the passion into it. And then as you do that, you start to get where you need to be in life. You've not got to give up things. You've not got to be defeated. You've got to say, I'm going to win this battle. I'm going to get where I need to be in life. And I'm going to create it no matter what. Some people may laugh at you. But at the end of the day, you'll laugh back in the face when you've done it and you've cheated. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. So it's not so much about family, but it's how you're interacting with family and giving too much of your energy away sometimes. And you've got to start focusing on you, because it keeps coming in with you. You've got to start changing things. You've got to start having a different attitude with life. And you've got to start sort of standing up for yourself and speaking your mind. And then as you do that, I've got you being emotionally lifted. It's like you've recharged your batteries and you're ready to move forward. And I feel so it's like you've got a bit of bounce in your feet. And I'm being drawn to a new home with you as well. And I feel that this home's there for you if you do want it. But again, you've got to put the energy into it. You've got to push it forward. So you've got to start focusing on all these goals now that you want and what you want to achieve. And then as you do that, everything will just come together. You know, because right here, I see endings, I see new beginnings. I see your energy levels flat, but you need to build them up. I see the happiness and joy coming, but you need to focus on it. You know, I see money building up around you, but you've got to push it forward to get the money. So it's like all these things are coming in that is so there for you, but it's like you're not doing it. And I don't know why. You've got to start pushing yourself. And nobody else is going to do it for you. So you've got to get on with it. And I know I'm telling you to do this, and then I'm saying about your partner where I just feel so like he's a bit of a plodder sometimes, I suppose, in some ways. But you've got to push him. But I don't mind you pushing him, because he is connected with you. And whatever he sort of does, you sort of get back anyway. So, you know, you don't mind sort of being there for your partner, because at the end of the day, whatever you're doing there, you're doing for you. And that's what it's all about. I just get the feeling at the moment now, you've just got to be careful with your energy levels. I feel like I'm so tired. I feel like I just won't go sleep. So I feel like you need to reconnect with your health a little bit now and build your strength up. And that's going to be so important for you now over the next 12 months. I would say building your energy levels up, building your strength, eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly is priority over the next 3 to 6 months. That needs to come first. and then everything else after will slot into place. But even when you've built your energy levels up, you've got to keep it there. You've got to keep on top of it. So everything's there for you now, including marriage. So you've just got to be true now to what you want, and you've got to fight for it. And that's the passion I'm looking for. You've got to fight for what you want. You've got to start speaking your mind now and standing up for yourself. And then as you do that, I've got all this emotion coming in around you where it feels great and it feels energetic, it feels vibrant. But at the moment, I just feel so I won't go sleep. Feel tired. It's got to change. It's got to change. Now bear in mind, it might not necessarily be to do with your diet. It could be people that you're connecting with where you keep giving and giving and giving and giving, but there's nothing coming back in. So it's like me having this drink of juice. If I keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, but I don't put anything back in, what happens? It becomes empty, becomes drained. So you need to make sure now, whatever energy levels you're putting into things, that you're getting back what you put in. And that's going to be so important for you now as you move forward. And I feel as though this man I keep feeling around you in Spirit Gramps, I feel as though he's there for you every step of the way. And he just wants you to be happy, he wants you to be settled, he wants you to be enjoying life. Right, let's have a look at your health. Okay. Right, so again, keep an eye on your back aching a little bit. Watch out for this boredom creeping in, because these are your boredom, but if you don't start acting on these thoughts and ideas, this depressiveness will come, and there's your depressive card. So we don't want that to be on you, so you've got to start taking a leap of faith now. It's not too late to put your energy into your goals. And the reason why that's coming into your spread, because when we get depressive, we don't look after ourselves. Bit of a vicious cycle. Perhaps keep an eye on your feet aching a little bit, because I'm being drawn to your feet here. So I feel so things will calm down for you, but you've just got to look after yourself. And you've got so much potential, but sometimes you're just not tapping into it. It's almost like you've lost your energy. I think you might be lacking a bit of iron in your blood. So maybe you ought to go and visit the doctor. And there's the doctor, the King of Cups, the caring doctor. So I feel like you need to sort yourself out a little bit, build your strength up, and then you'll have the energy to kind of get on with things. Right, let's have a look at money. See here, I'm seeing really good things coming for you, because I've got the victory card here for you. Here's your victory card. You coming home quite magnanimous, so to say you're feeling really good about yourself. But you've got the Chariot crossing it, which is saying, look, victory's there for you, but you've got to fight it, you've got to push it forward now, and you've got to make things happen. And when you have got your victory, you've not got to take the eye off the ball, as otherwise it'll go back to failure. So in other words, you've got to keep motivated with what you're doing, and you'll have your success, and the success will be there. But I also feel as though you're quite an intuitive person, so do keep trusting your intuition now and going with your gut feelings, because that's going to help guide you and protect you. So like I said to you before, one minute you're happy about things, one minute you're not. So do a bit of self-analysing now about what you want to change, but I can't emphasise it enough. You've got to make these changes. You really have. And then as you do that, success is there for you. I feel like it's there now. It's almost like you can taste it, but it just needs that final urge, that final push, and then you've got it. Right. Let's have a look over the course of the year. So I feel so don't get too stressed out with relationships. Try and get balance in with relationships. Whatever energy you're putting into it, make sure you're getting back what you put in. But it does work the other way around when people put the energy into you. Slowly but surely your life is going to blossom out and grow. So I have got growth around you. You've just got to find your hidden strengths. And then do focus on this house move when you're good and ready. So everything's there for you now. All you've got to do now is stop worrying, because here's your worry card, and stop being so guarded, so protective of yourself. It's like you got your barriers up here right in front of you. You need to let them down, let it go, then you can focus on your skills that you need to be doing. So like I say, it's all there for you. Right, let's have a look at your angels. Let's see what these say. Right, so this is saying start trusting your intuition a little bit now, going with your gut feelings, doing what you feel so is right for you. And then here we've got focus on service. That's your key to success now. Going out there, making things happen for yourself and trusting your intuition. And just whatever comes back from the past now, just let it go and move onwards and upwards. And this is you. You could end up working for yourself or connecting with your partner. Feels like that is there for you. So it's all about endings and new beginnings now. So time to go. So where you're going, what you're doing with your life. But do make sure you have a bit of fun in your life. It can't be all work and no play. So try and get the balance right. And do spend some time near the water. That will just help wash all your cares and concerns away and just generally kind of calm you down. So it's perfect timing now for you to be acting on your inspirations. This isn't saying you're ill, but look after yourself. So eat properly, drink properly, sleep properly. Keep it all balanced and you'll be fine. And it is time for you to focus on your own creative projects now, whether they're work-related or more personal. So all that's there for you. So it just feels so everything's looking good now, but it just needs that final push. And then your partner as well, maybe he needs a little bit of a push. But then you can't be there pushing him all the time, so he has got to get on with it. So you've got to be careful that you don't push him into something you can't do and you haven't got the time to follow through with it. So in other words, he's got to do things in his own way. But I just know it's all there and it's his success and I feel so everything will be fine. And I just feel so all you've got to do now is just put the past behind you now and concentrate on the future. And that's what it's all about. And then as you do that, I see onwards and upwards and everything's good. And I just feel so just try and get your sleep in now, because I do feel that you feel a bit tired, a bit drained, a bit run down, and you will start to feel a bit drowsy with that. And you don't want to be falling asleep at work. So do make sure now you're looking after yourself and getting those energy levels right. But other than that, I feel so everything's absolutely fine. So focus on those things I've said. Turn it all around, start putting the energy into getting all those positive foodstuffs into your diet, and you will be feeling so much uplifted and it will be absolutely great for you. So all I can say is I hope all that makes sense, and if it does, great, wonderful, and I wish you all the best. But if it doesn't and you want to query a few things with me by a few text messages, you're quite welcome to do that. So I wish you all the best. Good night.